Hello, hello, it's Joshua Thomas at Academy Mortgage. How are you today? Hey, just another little tidbit as I've read through different articles and different things. A point came out that I thought I really better talk about. A lot of people are misunderstanding it. And I don't have an article to reference on this one. It's just one of the many pieces of news that I watch. But a lot of people are, so depreciation versus deceleration of appreciation. So that's kind of what I'm getting at. Sorry, I'm not very smooth here, I guess, to know exactly how to pitch it. But basically, when you have not enough sellers and you have too many buyers, then what that does, that creates a seller's market. And as a seller's market, that means sellers can ask for more and more money, and as a result, prices will climb. Well, in the last couple of years, our prices have been climbing very aggressively. And in the next few years, it's projected, and it is currently starting to slow down in how fast it appreciates by, how fast it grows by, if that makes sense. And so some people, especially today in the news, and yesterday, they've been saying how home prices are starting to depreciate. Now understand, depreciating means that the price is coming down, and the only time it's going to come down is if there's too many sellers and not enough buyers. Right now, that is not the case. We still have a drastically large imbalance of sellers and buyers, too many buyers. Now, I say too many buyers, and a lot of people watching this are buyers or would be buyers. That doesn't mean that it's bad to get into the market. It just simply means that you've got a lot of competition. Now, too many sellers is a time where you got to watch for home price depreciation. Right now, we aren't there. Some people feel like the prices that have been climbing are starting to slow down a little bit, but they're still climbing. So in other words, the pitch of the hill or the steepness is not as steep, which thank goodness it's not. It's we grew at about 10% appreciation in Utah last year to this year, and about another 10% the year before. That is unsustainable. If we continue to grow that fast, it creates all kinds of other problems and stuff. So we do want to pull back a little bit, and it looks like we have a little bit, and we're still starting to. Now, Utah is one of the hotter markets in the United States for the job market that we have here. There's a lot of in-migration, and so that's probably not going to be. It's more of a national trend when you do hear it. Remember, when you hear anything nationally, it's like the weather. Do we really care in Utah what the weather is like in the East Coast or in California? And at times, yes. At times it matters, but a lot of times it doesn't really affect our own weather patterns too much. And so it's the same thing with housing, and even so much as, what's going on in Utah County versus Salt Lake County versus Weber County. All three of them or four of them, if you go Davis or Summit, everybody's got their own weather, right? And so the same thing goes with the housing markets as well. So anyway, just keep an eye on that. Make sure you know the difference between depreciation and deceleration of appreciation. We are still growing very rapidly. There's still a lot of severe imbalance of sellers and buyers. If you have any other questions about any of that, go ahead and let me know. I'd love to hear your comments as well. And then the only other thing I was going to point out was similar to what I'm talking about is just another study that's come out that projections for next year that we're actually expected to grow in total sales next year. So total single-family home sales. Now this would include building as well, and that's part of the reason is building has been trying to catch up with the demand for years, and they probably still have a few years to go. But these are three separate sources of analysts that are out there, and all three of them are expecting that next year, this is millions, so 6.3 million sales next year versus 6.1 this year. So all three are expecting a greater amount of sellers or transactions to occur next year. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. We do have a growing population. We need to have more homes in order to be able to facilitate that. So anyway, nothing too significant on this one. Just thought it was cool. I like charts, I guess. So anyway, I hope you're doing great. I hope that all things are treating you well. If there's anything that we can do for you, please let us know. We are pretty strong in the housing market. A lot of people, when they're thinking about moving, what they don't know is where the lender's role is. A lot of my clients, well, two things that are really big with us, or I guess three. I've been doing this for 15 years. This isn't our first rodeo. Number two, we do have our underwriter right here in office, here with us all the time, which really speeds up transactions and makes him really great, reliable pre-approval. And then three is our typical closings are about 3 weeks. We can get them done in 2 weeks, and today we just funded one that we took a purchase contract from not even 2 weeks ago, and got them closed and funded today. And so that being your lender, if you're out there buying and we're your lender, that's going to help you tie down a deal where you might otherwise be passed over when the sellers are picking and choosing between buyers. So anyway, I hope that helps. Anything we can do, let us know. Have a fantastic day, and we will catch you later.